You're listening to the Creedence Bishop Show podcast. www.cbradioshow.com.
Building an empire out of folded up $1 bills. The Creedence and Bishop Show.
Well, there's one song for Zach, so he can't bitch and complain all night that we never play him any hip-hop.
He loves it. He loves the hip-hop.
My night is made. Man.
This is the Creedence and Bishop Show. Welcome back, and we appreciate you listening. Website, cbradioshow.com. iTunes, don't forget about the free iTunes store. And the one thing that I always miss, cbradioshow.com, past shows, click on that tab, and you got like 200-plus hours of the show. So
that's right. 1 million downloads. Can't be wrong.
I agree, Mikey.
Can't be.
Very good. Did you say she's on line 7?
Yes.
Awesome. We welcome for the very first time to the Creedence and Bishop Show, Miss Chyna. How are you?
I've never been on your show before.
I know it. It's
You're a squad. Watch out.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we have little Zach over here, and he just absolutely loves his hip hop. So he complains if he doesn't hear any all night.
I love the hip hop too. I try to be gangster, you know.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about, girl.
The gangster Jew over there.
Gangster superhero. I switch it up.
Yep.
Nice. Well, we're very happy to have you on because I know. For me and Bishop, I don't know so much Clay. Clay used to watch wrestling a lot back in the day. But me and Bishop we were adamant. We watched wrestling every week. We were all about it.
Now,
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we got away from watching wrestling at this point because I think I speak for me and Bishop both. It's just not as good, especially like WWE, which I'd rather call it WWF because I feel like a weirdo saying WWE. But
It makes me want to put the middle finger up, though.
yeah, oh yeah. You know, you just get. I don't know. It's just not the quality that it was back then when you had Stone Cold beating the hell out of Vince McMahon. You don't get that kind of stuff anymore. It's just not that intrigue. Yeah.
Because wrestling for you guys was like a male soap opera, you know? A physical male soap opera, right?
Yeah. I would say something like that, yeah. Yeah.
And there used to be storylines and stuff, and now it's just, I don't know.
I think it was back then the storyline carried from week to week, and it was something you cared about the characters involved. And now, I don't know, it's the wrestlers are just boring.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could watch UFC for that, you know?
Right.
But it was the soap opera. It was a story that was so fun to do, you know? And I think that I started that with Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
Firstly. And that was, like, just so fun to do. Like, I woke up every morning and I couldn't wait to do it, you know?
Do you think that wrestling has just got... Because to me, once Vince McMahon had got ownership of WCW, that took all of the, we need to keep going, we need to make this incredible. It slowly started going downhill from there because, if you don't have that competition, if you don't have that drive to beat somebody else...
Well, that's true. Coke would be nothing without Pepsi.
Right.
But, it's like when Ted Turner started WCW, like, Vince was like competition, and then all of the guys went to Ted Turner because Ted Turner offered them a salary and a guaranteed contract, and Vince wasn't offering anybody guaranteed contracts. So they went over there and I think got a little bit lazy, you know?
Right.
But that's how that all went down.
Ted Turner was trying to buy wrestling
at
that point.
Yeah, well,
he wasn't trying to buy until, like, Vince McMahon, like, stepped up and said that, he hated Ted Turner and was trying to, like, get his own network. That was when he was working with USA and, UPS. So they were, like, all over the place, and Ted Turner is, like, major mogul, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You don't say, I hate Ted Turner.
So you think it was at that point when he slapped Ted Turner in the face, not literally but figuratively, that they decided, okay, we're going to spend money to pull away as much talent as we could from the WWF.
I think Ted Turner slapped him in the face.
Yeah.
He's just a promoter, Ted Turner is a mogul.
He slapped him in the face with that furry mustache of his. Ted Turner mustache.
Jane Fonda's were like riding on like.
But you were in a great era of wrestling. You were involved with the whole DX.
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah, the whole DX thing that, where they were doing things that, nobody'd seen before. They're sending them over to, they had the Nitro shows. They'd send them over there to, because you're watching like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. Because you never would hear.
I couldn't believe I was doing half that stuff either.
Nobody ever did that kind of stuff. Nobody ever would go to.
Incredible. We actually remember when we got the tank
right.
and we went to CNN.
They would dress up in like these.
We drove the streets of New York. I was like,
they're dressed in
crying,
they're dressed in
like,
fatigues.
Billy Gunn was like, oh Jesus,
I mean, it was all great ploys. It was all good things to get attention, and you cared about those characters. You cared about what went on, and then, like I said, just slowly now I could care. I couldn't even tell you half the guys that were coming to the ring at this point. But then they were household names. These guys are just guys that are going through and you don't care anything about.
I couldn't either. No offense, but I don't know if I'd like paved the way for all the women and like made the way for all the men.
Well, see, that was the great thing.
To get fired.
Yeah, you
wrestled stuff, but like Rikishi and Billy Gunn and Steve Blackman and Bob Holly, they're all still out there,
Oh yeah,
doing their own thing.
You have to wonder though. You never see that much anymore because Chyna would wrestle men.
Right.
Jeff Jarrett, her matches with Jeff Jarrett and stuff where they had the thing where they were wrestling in the ring with all the things from like a kitchen or something at the house, and they're in there fighting with.
Ordered a kitchen sink.
Yeah, they're fighting with a kitchen sink in there and everything. So
that's pretty cool. I mean, who gets to do that?
Right.
I mean, like that's like best times of my life. I mean, like who gets to do that? Oh, I cherish those days always.
Do you feel like at this point, especially, I felt this way when I tried to watch not too long ago, and I seen Triple H dressed in a suit. He's in the ring. He's acting like Vince McMahon, and I'm like, really? I was like, I remember when Triple H was a ring general. He would come into the ring and he would, put on a great show, and now he's walking around with a suit that's way too tight on his neck, and it's just
exactly. He was a. I respect him for his wrestling ability. He's one of the great ring generals. But like for example, I tried to call today, and they wouldn't accept my phone call. I get nothing. So I get no royalties. I get nothing from anybody. I can't even get a response. So
that's
I think
unbelievable.
it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
So you don't get anything when they put out all these DX stuff, this old DX DVDs and things like that. You don't get.
As a matter of fact, I called this morning and I don't get a response.
Wow. So you called over to the.
I feel like I'm due my royalties, and that
Sure.
If people are paying to see me, then I should get some of that also. At least phone call back.
At the very least, I mean, because they're making money on your name and the things that you did. I mean, that's
exactly.
Well, I hate to say this, but that's what Vince McMahon's done for years.
Yeah.
Right. So,
well, he hasn't done a whole lot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we were discussing earlier.
I'm too jealous.
There you go.
One thing that we were discussing earlier that we were
I'm over it already.
we were quite surprised about is the fact that you're allowed to still use your name, Chyna. We were wondering how that all played out.
Well, I went to court and fought for it for 7 years, and finally, legally, it is Chyna.
Wow.
And my corporation is Ninth Wonder of the World, so, legally, it says on my passport, driver's license, says on my checks, Chyna.
Right.
CHYNA.
That's crazy. It took 7 years.
7 years, yeah. I'm surprised you got to use it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, well, he's got an army of lawyers,
Oh, can only imagine.
Now,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right. Oh yeah.
Now, back when you were with the WWE, you were doing the Playboy shoots and everything.
Right, and that's when Vince said, like, I would never be a world champion because I posed for Playboy. And they had, they were told, like, by Hugh Hefner not to, like, touch my face or like not to like bruise me up, you know, because they couldn't they didn't want to retouch any photos.
All right.
And then Chris Jericho went in the ring and just like slammed me. But I got him.
All right. You were in Playboy at the time when they were. It seems like they wanted to get all the different, talent from the Sable was in there at that point too. I mean, did they approach you, or was this, was this something Vince had gone to them and said, "Hey, would you like to get some of my talent in there?"
What happened is that they took a tour of the Playboy Mansion, and I found out about it after the fact, and I got really ticked off. So I got a limo, and I had my friend with me, and I was like pretending like she was a personal assistant, and I rolled up to the Playboy Mansion, and I said I missed the tour. And then Half said, looked me up and down, and I got a call from one of the editors the next day asking me to pose for Playboy. And so I did, which, of course, Vince took all of that also.
Right.
The first time. But I posed for 3 times. So.
Right. How did he
You say Vince took that. You mean he took the money?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
How the hell did he do that?
I had to write him a check, if you can believe that.
Oh, my God. It's insane.
Well, for what reason? Because you are an entity that was owned by WWE at that point, the name and everything?
Well, I suppose he claims, how can you own somebody, though,
Right. Oh, yeah.
If were I to do it another time again, never would have happened.
No.
It makes you sound like you were basically at his mercy, though. I mean, you really had no choice.
Well, it's like how do you make your own contract? Like, I work for Stephen Hirsch right now, and he's the most fairest, treats me so well. It's like I really feel like I'm loved and I'm cared for, and it's not like if you do bad, I'm going to do this,
Right.
Vince McMahon is like going to church. It's like you're going to hell.
Damn.
Yeah, but in his church, he's God. That's the only problem. Yeah.
Seriously.
So
he's got serious anger issues. I don't know what his problem is.
I have an idea, but you got away from that, and
I did.
Getting away from it, there seems like you read all these different books that different wrestlers put out about how there's so much drugs, how there's steroids and things like that run rampant. Did you feel like when you were involved in it at that point that you saw all those things because you have a lot of wrestlers that have died at such a young...
It's really not about that. I mean, these guys do like physical abuse on their body basically every single day,
right.
And so you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I'm not like claiming to say anybody's doing anything, but sometimes you just need to do what you need to do,
Right.
That's true.
Just to get, through the day,
Yeah. The bad thing...
And they're amazing. They're amazing. I think they're the best athletes in the world, really. They go every single day, every day of the week, traveling, and, I think they're amazing.
And the sad thing is so many great wrestlers have been lost because, of the rigors of the road and things like that, and things like you said, you have to do whatever you need to do to get through and be able to perform the next day. So
yeah, that's very true. It's a lifetime decision what you do. So,
but
but there's still a lot of the problem that I have is that there's still a lot of great wrestlers that aren't in the ring anymore, and I believe it's because of Triple H and Stephanie.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
it seems like it's an ego thing.
Well, there's a ton of politics, I'm sure.
It's politics, yeah, for sure.
If you don't kiss the right ass, literally.
Yeah, it's jealousy and politics.
To me, at this point, if you get over really big, and unless your name's John Cena, you might be on your way out the door.
I discovered John Cena.
Oh, wow, nice.
When he was doing dark matches. I was like, and then I see him on TMZ talking about me,
Oh.
Not good.
That's not good. Well, we can always remember when he was...
But you know what? In all of these years, in like the past decade, with the exception of Rikishi and Billy and, Boss Root and all of these people, I haven't now bumped into one. Not in the airport, not on the boardwalk in Venice Beach, not anywhere.
It's crazy. Well, you got away from wrestling, and you had your own personal turmoils that kind of played out in reality television and things like that. But now it seems like you've really got yourself going in the right direction.
Well, I feel like I'm far above the ring right now. That I'm doing some major feature film with Vivid Entertainment, both sex and non-sex. So I've gone from a muscular physique to a very sexy physique. And I feel like a beautiful woman in a fun, sexy, safe environment. And, it's past the ring. So, I don't even want to talk about it anymore because I feel happy that I'm doing feature film right now and with Vivid Entertainment, and I'm being treated so well.
At what point did you decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, get involved with Vivid and start doing these films? When you decided to do it, was it one of those things like, this is something that finally once I'm going to make the decisions, I'm going to be my own boss on this and decide this is what I'm going to do, instead of having to worry about someone else saying, I have to do this, I have to do that? Was this like a personal thing for you to enable yourself?
Well, it was because Sean Waltman came out with the tape One Night in China.
Right.
And I was really suicidal over it, almost, for many years. And then I said, Stephen Hirsch had approached me in the meantime, and I was, just not ready. I was, not well, and I was, having a hard time over all this publicity with this film, and knowing that he was making so much money off of me. And so I went to Stephen, and I said, okay, can I do a porn, a real one, with feature film style with the best company in the world? And let's show him what a real porn is and take that off the market,
Right.
And he delivered. I mean, it's the best company in the world, and I'm treated like a beautiful lady, it's beautiful, so...
I know a lot of people were talking about how your look really has changed, how you are more, I'm not going to say, I don't know if feminine would be the right word, but they say your entire,
Well, she slendered down a ton.
Yeah, you dropped so much
I've
muscle.
changed my mentality, and of course I've slendered down, and physically, it's been as much as it took me to build up my body, it took me that long to atrophy the muscle. So it's I took ballet and yoga and, really changed my figure.
Now, when you did Backdoor to Chyna, did you get to pick the people you wanted to work with? Were you hands-on with the whole thing?
I did. I was involved with everything. So it was a very safe environment, and it actually got me back into the sex scene, too.
Back into
I'm not going to lie.
Really? Really? Very cool. How long had it been since,
you were in the sex scene?
Well, I hadn't been dating anybody since, the nightmare. So, once I got my sexy back, it's kind of nice now.
Nice.
So, if you were going to, say you were going to make your own film next, what are the scenes you would want to put into it, that you didn't get to do possibly in the first one that you would like to do in the next ones?
Well, in Avengers, it was, we're introducing the character of She-Hulk,
right,
which soon to follow my own movie, She-Hulk, and it was
really?
Being painted green for 8 hours, every pore of my body.
Right.
And it was pretty grueling. And then doing the scene afterwards. But the direction of Axel Braun was immaculate, and everything had to be perfect. And it's just, I know it's such an intense, perfect movie that, it's incredible to be able to be a part of that.
Now the painting your whole body and everything. How long does that? How do you get that all off at the end? Because like is everything's green, right? Everything's
Then they hit me with a flipper in the butt, and I go home into the bathtub. Everything's green right now.
She's ruined 5 bathtubs.
So green, my shower curtain, everything.
That's funny.
It's like Godzilla in there.
So
it's like Godzilla calm inside her bathroom.
Yes. Absolutely. So you're off branching from the Avengers XXX, which to me is a huge. I mean, even watching the trailer, you can see Vivid spent a lot of money on this movie.
It's incredible. I mean, I never, I've done major feature films, and it's just nothing like this. I mean, Vivid is like the classiest act I've ever done. Like, I'm privileged to be where I am right now. And people would say, like, why would you do porn, Chyna? And I would say, because my choice was to go with Vivid.
Right.
And it's amazing, I've done the whole Hollywood thing. I've, been in the ring. And this is where I want to be.
One thing that I thought was funny about the trailer of Avengers XXX, like everyone, the outfits and all that stuff, and the guy that's wearing, I can't remember, whoever is playing Spider-Man, the outfit is funny, but his voice doesn't sound like Spider-Man at all. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm over here. We're about to shoot some webs over here. I'm like, who is the Italian guy? Nice. Who is the Italian? Who's it? It's like whenever like you go to New York City. I remember when we went to New York City, there was a Haitian guy, a little short, fat Haitian guy,
dressed up as Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
and he had the worst voice ever. Like,
come on, I'm in Hollywood, please. I want to take a picture with somebody.
I was like, who is the Italian Spider-Man? Yeah. Hey, you guys, it's the Avengers here, and
$5 a picture.
That's great.
I know. Where to get the costume from? Like, copyright infringement.
But so you said that you're branching off. You're going to have like your own spin-off. You're going to have your the She-Hulk movie is going to be?
She-Hulk movie. We did the whole entire She-Hulk movie, and it's like I jumped off the pages of a comic book.
Really? I'm not
so my friend gave me like all of the comic books 1 through 10. It started in 1980, and She-Hulk is like a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and she's a lawyer, but she controls her anger. So when she turns green, she just stays green because she thinks that's the ultimate woman.
Nice. Wow. It's going to be crazy watching the Avengers XXX and also She-Hulk, the She-Hulk spin-off. Because those are two people that I masturbated to. I used to masturbate to She-Hulk, and I used to masturbate to Chyna. So Chyna is playing She-Hulk.
Wow. Nice. There's a 3-ring circus.
Yeah, right? I don't know what I'll do. I think I'll pass out for like 5 minutes and wake up in a pool of my own
I don't
stuff.
know what to do with me either.
Right?
Play with myself, I guess.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to Avengers XXX and backdoor to Chyna. And Chyna, it's been great talking. I appreciate you talking wrestling with these boys. I know they've been looking forward to it, and they are huge wrestling fans. And
yes, sir. So am I.
And I was a big fan of Chyna because I had watched all of the Surreal Lives, which is. I loved those shows.
I mean, who gets to do all of that?
Right?
Like obstacles. Like, it's 2012, and I'm here, and I'm strong, and going hard, and I'm on a roll, so.
Well, Chyna, you really sound great.
I feel very lucky.
You sound great, and you look great, and I'm so glad.
We're glad to have her on again to promote She-Hulk when it comes out.
I love that. That's awesome. That's great.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Good deal. Chyna, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate
Thank you for having me.
And so we're going to be talking to her again soon.
Yeah, very soon we'll book it again through Vivid and have her on again.
Awesome. Chyna, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
That is Chyna, ladies and gentlemen.
On a good line, too, I felt like.
Oh, yeah, that always makes a big difference.
What's the website for Vivid?
Vivid.com.
Vivid.com, okay.
Yeah, Vivid.com. I was actually rolling through looking at the what you were talking about with the trailer for the show.
Right.
And I wanted to find the part that you were talking about.
Oh, it's Spider-Man?
And we forgot to mention that our buddy Axel Braun directed this one. So,
building, and we get an old abandoned warehouse down by the wharf.
I don't expect anyone who walks around in a blue helmet to understand what we're doing.
Is that Spider-Man?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's Lexington. Spider-Man said nothing in that trailer, but you can check it out, Vivid.com. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Was that the one that you watched?
I don't know. Let me see.
There's
I didn't want to bring up that in Backdoor to China, she worked with Evan Stone, that asshole.
Oh, shut up. He's your buddy now. What are you talking about? What are you going to... No, Mikey wants to start another fight with him so we can have it on. Have him on the air again.
Evan Stone.
Is that the one you were...
I'm sure you wouldn't have to...
Is that already out?
Fight him. Which one?
What, the Avengers?
The one with Evan Stone in it, her and Evan Stone.
Yeah, the Backdoor to China has been out.
It came out last year.
Last year. But that was her first foray into with Vivid. So
it was pretty good. I think I saw it. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Very cool.
I know there's, I believe it said something, she does a scene with two guys at once. So, I mean, yeah. That's a lot of work.
Is this the one that you saw?
It was a little blur.
All right. Look for it sometime.
I saw one of those trailers, though. There is a line where Spider-Man's like sitting down.
Yeah.
And he's looking at the camera talking.
Yeah.
If we have to be comrades, then we must be friends.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Explosions. I don't think that's
You're not going to ask me to join your little club.
This is.
What do you want on your play?
I can't believe you're not going to ask me to be in your little club.
Spider-Man scores 3 packs of
Ask
Marlboro
me to
Reds
join your
today.
little club.
My cousin is a terrifying enemy.
Well, he's a lunatic.
I heard China.
Too.
Enough.
Hey, China, you got a throat lozenge over there?
You know what's gonna go up the top of them skyscrapers.
Well, thank you so much to Vivid, and thank you to China for coming on the show.
Very cool.
Class act.
For sure.
Absolutely.
She knows a little bit about wrestling.
I'd say so.
I would hope so. It was cool talking to her because you got to remember, like, my perception of China is watching those Surreal Lives. I used to love watching those. I know it was definitely on the one with Vern Troyer, and I remember she was like drunk the entire time.
Well, you got to remember she had that crazy makeup on. Too,
Oh yeah,
and like full body glitter, and
she's come a long way.
So it's great to talk to her because she would be like back then. I would think you couldn't ever have an interview with her.
You couldn't have a conversation with her. But
So
now,
that's good for her.
She has really got her life turned around, and porn saved her life.
Nerd news coming up next.
Yes, it is. We're going to be talking Avengers: Dark Shadows, the new Johnny Depp, and
Why wasn't I in the movie?
My favorite part is Mikey over there going
during the interview.
No, you just did it just a second ago.
What about? Are you sad about nerd news?
Apparently, he's not liking your nerd news, Clay.
Oh well, there's an Avengers sequel already in the works, so we're going to be talking about that and much more.
Wouldn't you? I'd be already on the third one.
Oh, that too. That too.
They have them all done.
They're ready.
And a hybrid. Can you say it right?
The hybrid
coming up tonight. What do you got on the hybrid there, Zach?
Tanning moms.
Yeah, pretty much the same stuff I introed with.
Yes,
he blew his load.
Yeah, you'll learn. You'll learn. I did that too.
Wait a minute.
Got the playoff teams for basketball, okay? NBA playoffs.
Who went to school for communications in here? Raise your hand.
You guys...
Don't let them bust your balls.
It's all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I did.
What teams are in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Right.
Very nice.
Thank you. Can't wait for that.
And
I
a
am
bunch of
tuning
other
in.
stuff I didn't say. Who knows?
Surprising.
Cats are in the bag.
The ultimate tease.
Still my and much more. Usually gets me through this part of
and
the
much
ball
more.
You got to
busting.
add in the much more.
Yeah.
Really quick before we take this break, Dave the Flav just jumped on chat through Ustream, which I didn't even know that we could use again.
Yeah.
But it's back and it's there.
Is it just him?
Let me just run through this real quick. Just so you know, this is a conversation that took place by himself, with himself.
That means Dave's home.
Yes. From 7:14 to 7:31.
Wait. I just want to ask, does this make more sense than his phone calls?
Possibly. You decide.
Okay.
Hey, lovers. I love coming out of the closet and want... oops, I got to move this over. Want to with Zane right now, whatever that means.
That was his boy.
Tobin is looking show hot right now.
Tobin Cam.
Where's the Tobin Cam?
That's so
Chickenity, the Chinese chicken have a pint of rice yellow with chicken. Come on, censored talk about me to her. Oh, yes. This bisexual Dave, I love men and I love women. Just kidding around. Then again, another censored thing. We censor our chat, not our show.
Yes.
I'm just scared to show I've come out of the closet and just ignore it. Just stared at a beautiful woman and the nicest, finest chapel in Chelsea.
Okay.
Bishop, I'll never forget y'all, Creed, Clay, Mikey, Tobin, Superman, and all my radio friends. I think I'm going to die in the next 2 years. My parents put me in a damn house, but if I hadn't ever want there, I would.
Interesting.
I'm Superman, by the way, in that.
I guess so.
No, you're not.
Wouldn't have met the wonderful Zane. Ah, shoot. This is making me so sad because I'm scared I won't have a man when he leaves for good.
Uh-oh.
I'm fixing to cry. Please comfort me.
Please confront me.
Confront me with these matters. Yeah.
I wish he would come here right now.
You think that was Dave
how is
calling?
cum spelled? Normal or
I need
wacky?
Yeah, normal for him.
Okay.
C-U-M.
Okay.
I need you, Dr. Love. I'm sexy Aki
Aki.
with Zabe. Y'all, and Mag and Rose, I'm fixing to go boo-hoo.
Mag and Rose. Who's Mag and Rose?
So, Dave the Flav wanted you to know that.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you, Dave.
One more thing. Bring the bone on down. Helen Marie, come Grace. And that
Alrighty.
Well written.
is all we got.
Is he wearing or watching Golden Girls? Is that
Possibly.
the Marie?
You never know. All right, so Nerd News is up next, and then we're going to be talking to Kendall Carson in a little while. And your news at 9. It's going to be actually at 8:30.
Sounds good.
And now, a song from Seven Dust. It is Enemy, and Chyna, by the way, was in the video in 2003 for this song.
Cool. Really?
Yes. Thank you, Wikipedia. This is the Creedence Bishop Show.
Broadcasting live worldwide, cbradioshow.com.
And as a part of the CMB Radio Network.
More of the Creedence Bishop Show podcast next, only at www.cbradioshow.com.